to another episode of Ground Floor, where we can agree to disagree and still be family. That's the theme song with Up Dope for my second album, Jel Lee World. I'm your host with all the titles, Jel Lee. I'm a guest co-host, Jerome from Shield Ministry podcast on YouTube as well. Like, subscribe to their show. I'm going to start putting on our thing now, like, subscribe to Middle Ground Jel Lee website. Well, channel on YouTube. We got to get these subscribers up, Please.
What's good, good people? What's good, good people? Excuse my lighting. It'll get right here in a moment.
Today's topic is he, she, and Autobot or Decepticon. A keeper or not. And we talking about basically, because Jerome brought to me that some people, a lot of females be going on dates, and a lot of the panel people that have shows talking about relationships, that ask why is the person not comfortable being themselves instead of showing their representatives. Representative, like I said, all about Decepticon. You trying to be Denzel when your name is Daquan, for example. So why are people doing that? So we're gonna start the show off with that. Why is it hard for people to be themselves on the first date?
I think what it is from a male's perspective, I think for the young ladies, you have to unravel the onion, if you will. I think the first date is technically fun. It's not something that's be going in, so serious, unless you already knew the person. Because sometimes you might have actually been friends in school or co-workers a long time ago. You may have a history with that person, so you may not necessarily have that to worry about. But if it's somebody brand new, I think dudes in particular, guys come into it basically giving you what looks good for them. It's kind of almost like going into an interview. You're not going to go into an interview and tell that employer that, you basically did X, Y, Z for your record or whatever, unless they ask on the, the questionnaires. So at the end of the day, they come in with that representative of, I got to look good in order to get this young lady, or I got to look good in order to get this young man. So I think it's on both sides, in my opinion.
Yeah, people don't want to be rejected. I mean, now granted, you got some real Decepticons where that's their game, man or female, just to get what they can to someone and use them and be a dirtbag. But you got some that don't know if you might like how they are. So, well, what's everybody saying a prototype man or female is? So let me try to act like that, and that might not be you. Like I came across a video, I think we talked about it, where a young black lady was talking about she had a dude treat her like a woman, being a gentleman on the date. And because she never experienced that, she wound up telling her friends he corny. So you say you want this type of dude, and you had him, and you clowned him. So then that dude might feel like, man, I can't win for losing. Because he's going to know that if she was telling the story that she felt weird and awkward, I doubt she was that good to hide how she felt. I'm pretty sure he picked up on something, like maybe this date ain't going that well because, mom and dad them say real men open the door, this and that, and she ain't receptive to it. And that's where, to me, it comes down to, I don't do it to shame people. I do it to embrace your truth. You want a street type dude. That really ain't about much. He got a body. He can take you to Pound Town. And that's what you like. Now, some of them can adapt and become a real dude over time, but most people, even men, want the wild, crazy girl that's bound to do every porn thing from day one. We go after what's not good for us. But people are not that honest to say, man, I like a nappy hair slushy, wild on the pole. Woo. Man, I like a pot that's a thug on the slap dudes who go out. Because when you say that out loud, people are like, what the hell are you talking about? That's what you want. And you'll feel ostracized from the group. Even though the other people talking that bull crap like the same crap. Just keep it honest. Because your dating history is, like saying in sports, Your record is who you are. Your dating history is who you are. If you keep dating dudes ain't about shit, that's the type of dude you like. Same as your female. That's what you like.
You know,
good dude or woman if you ain't dating.
You hitting on some good points. I think that like I said, we're talking first date, but let's just be honest. If you're in your 30s and 40s for the most part, let's just say mid 30s, 35 to 55. Most people in that bracket for the most part is going to be in a situation where they're dating with a purpose. They're not out here just trying to have fun. I mean, you got that too, but usually they get to a point where they're dating with a purpose. So it's kind of like, hey, if you ain't trying to be on marriage, or hey, if you're not trying to be monogamous, then maybe I'm not for you. You know, when it comes to decoding individuals, I've definitely been out and about over the years, and I can tell you what I've seen that actually worked when it comes to young ladies. I always tell young ladies, when you go out in big groups, it can be intimidating to some men, not all men, but some men, because you're in a big group. You just brought it up earlier about the rejection. You know, you go in there and clown this dude, and he just was trying to come over, because not everybody drink. We understand that. But, you know, sometimes the guy could come over and pay for the whole table. But if y'all clowning my man, why would he be nice to treat the whole table? Because of how you guys, you know, he looking for the one, but it takes that one friend, that one coworker, that one acquaintance to roast him, and then it's over. You know, so my thing is, when it comes to being out and about, I just always say make sure you're approachable as a woman, because sometimes, you know, like Jeff just gave the example, the young lady said, hey, I want a guy to show chivalry, open the doors. Then when it showed up, she clowned my man and said he was lame, and called the friend like, hey, this. So it's kind of like, ladies, let your A be A and your B be B. If you say this is what you want, when it shows up, why treat the person differently? You know, and same for the guy. You know, when you say you want a wife, when it shows up, don't get scared. You know, accept the challenge. You know, the one, if the one is here, hey, you finally got your teammate. Take that thing in the right direction and get it going. But when we talking about tonight is the knowing how to decode that Decepticon versus the Autobot. Me personally, I think for those who are believers, who are spiritual, it's a little bit easier, because all you got to do is go vertical. Pray about it. Hey, is this the right one? Don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time, energy. For those who have a gift of discernment, you will know if that's going to be the first and last date, or if it's going to be multiple dates in that situation. So I always say, look at that first and foremost. But if you're not quite there on that spiritual level, you have to look at a man's actions, a woman's actions, not what they're saying to you. I can tell you all day, I love you, I like you, I like you, I like you. But if I'm not reaching out to you, I'm not calling you, I'm not checking on you, I'm not texting you, your birthday coming up, I'm not sending things to your job, your office, your salon, whatever type of work you do, then the sign's written on the wall. You got to pay attention to that.
And you definitely have to have a talk with yourself. What do I like? I mean, like Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror, you need to look at the man, woman in the mirror, be honest. What type of person do I like? Because something I've encountered, some people I've dated, they have no type of description of what they're looking for. So they're dating the ocean. There's a lot of trash out there. But if you have an idea, like for me, my thing was, and I came across Shanti Moore back in the early 90s, like, wow, she dressed sexy, not too wild. When she come and do interviews, I noticed the way she carry herself, dude stand up straight, fix the clothes. They won't open a chair like, okay, so I want a classy, seductress type lady. I noticed the air in the mood changes when that type of woman walks in the room. So when I started dating more, in your own mentals, you can like, nah, she cool, but she ain't that. And you already know, okay, we're gonna be cool, but if I'm looking for wifey, I think wifey is that. It don't fit. Nah, you cool, but you ain't my cup of tea. What I'm looking for, and that will cut back a lot of wasteful time. But if your person don't have no idea what you're looking for, you're gonna be dating everybody. And whether y'all sleep together or just spend time together, people do have spirits. Some of them ain't good. Them soul ties people talk about. You don't want to have too many laying around your house uninvited. It ain't always got to be you sleep with them to get that tight. You just keep hanging around them. If you don't have a dominant personality in you and they're more dominant, but the stuff they do might not be detrimental to you, you might find yourself following their mode. And it might not be good for you. So you got to start asking yourself, what do I like? And be honest. Now, I had to be honest myself because I like that Shantae more, but I like her to be a little thuggish with it, little balance. I had to be totally honest with myself. Okay. So I'm like, you real cool with the thug type chicks. You got to be honest, Jeff. You like a little bit thuggish, just a little bit. Okay. Not in a bad way, good way, And once I start understanding about myself, like, okay, cool. That's what I like. If I told someone and they want to try to say, you like, don't worry about all that. That's what I like. What do you like?
Man, that's deep, what you're saying there. I always tell everybody when you say that you're ready to get married, I think as a man, sometimes marriage just kind of happens in the sense that dudes was kind of like 50-50. If I get married, cool. If I don't, cool. That's where I was at. I always looked at marriage as, hey, if I get married, cool. If I don't, cool. And when the time came along, it was certain things that I was looking at too. And one of the things that I was looking at is, as I always say, dating with a purpose. But I was looking for somebody who I just didn't want any drama, say the least. I had dated a lot of people with drama, man. And what I mean by drama is it's always something. No matter what you're doing as a man, they always find something to just basically keep drama going the whole time. And you're like, man, you know what? I'm not the guy for this person. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly you find a flaw in every single situation. And so oil and water don't mix. And you just got to be real with yourself to realize it is what it is. And you can't let the what y'all do in the bedroom override everything, because I think some people end up staying in situations longer than they should just because of what the other person is doing in the bedroom.
Yep.
Or out of the bedroom financially. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be real with yourself and say, hey, this ain't working out. He's not for me. She's not for me. Let me get out of here. And so I was looking at drama-free, somebody who could be a great mother because I wanted to have kids. I was looking for someone who could be a teammate, not a damn opponent, not somebody I got to be playing against. We're going to be on the same team. We got to be able to work together. So I was looking at that. I was definitely looking at somebody who could definitely that you could wake up to every day. So you got to have some level of attraction to me. So I think that those were like key things for me. And like I said, number one was drama free, because I had dated so many people full of drama that was big on my list. And I knew how to decipher the drama within the first, 60 days or less.
Now, I know for me, I didn't really factor in. You are able to truly be you and comfortable around that person, because in our community, it's not my amazing black women fought, but somewhere along the line, this lie has been told, even to a lot of black men. You have to be a terminator. You don't have emotions. You don't have feelings. Nothing touches you. And that's the stupidest shit ever on the planet. When you come out the womb, the doctor slap you, see if the baby cried, and make sure you all right, they're good. So if you want a dude that can never be vulnerable around you, then you're going to turn around and say, well, he's never trying to make an emotional connection because he got to be a robot around you. So if he starts showing any signs of something's affecting him, oh, I'm with this old sucking up, hogging dog punk. I thought he was a man. You didn't emasculate that dude when you said that crap. Like, dang, that's how she feel about me. This dude at my job don't like me for whatever reason. He trying to get me fired. This got me really freaked out. I can't even discuss that with you because, man, you a man. Suck it up. Like, okay. And he eventually will find someone he can confide in that will protect his emotions. And let him have that vulnerable moment and let him know, all right, it's going to be all right. You know what God's word say about it. Let's deal with it. But if you can't unlearn what you've been taught out here, which is a lot of garbage because it ain't in the Bible, you're never going to find a real dude because we're not robots. And any fellas having conversations with their homies, you're not a robot. If you think walking this earth, you're going to meet an amazing wife God made for you being a robot, you're never going to stay married long or get to marriage. Because you ain't being honest. You got to be you. When people die, that affects you. If you never dealt with loss. You lose your job and it wasn't your fault. Stuff affects you. And if you can't be vulnerable around your woman, and she's a woman that's going to let you be vulnerable, you wasting your time. Now, as a man, you are the provider and you're supposed to protect your home. But even Batman cries.
Even Batman cries. Hey, that's a bar in itself right there. I think
it was in a cartoon movie, a recent, where Superman killed the Joker and took over. Robin he became Nightwing, he died. And Superman went to, because everybody know the comments, he wound up getting with Catwoman. He like, my man died, go holler at your boy. He messed up. And when she went to the Batcave, he just punching the wall. Mad that he couldn't stop it. And she like, look, just for the moment, don't be Batman. Be Bruce. I got you. And he was able to cry in her arms and deal with the loss of the kid he helped raise.
Wow.
You need that. You can't always be, life happens. And how you deal with it, grief is a motherfucker. And some people don't want to go through the stages of it. But you have to get to the side. Hopefully you got someone on your side that would allow you to go through it. So you can come out better on the other side of it.
Well, you know, another thing I think being in 2024, you have to utilize the technology for what it is, men and women out there. I feel like it's a lot of scammers out there on both sides. And so you want to know who you're dating is who they say that they are. You can, once you see that things is going to date 2, date 3, there's technologies out there and resources out there that you can use to know who this person is that you're dating. Some of the people are going to be real. They're going to tell you if they have a criminal background, whether it was federal or misdemeanors, things like that. Some people may keep that information hidden because they're like, hey, it's too early. If it comes out, it comes out. If it don't, it don't. Me personally, I feel like once you realize it's something serious, you're going past your 3-month stage, you're going into 4 months. I feel like there should be nothing that you hiding as a man to the young lady, because the ball is always in her court. So don't even set it up for failure let her know up front what your past is, whatever that skeleton in the closet is. Go ahead and give it to her up front, because you don't want it to come out later in the relationship, and definitely not to come out after you're married, because it could be detrimental to the point to where she leaves you, because now she's looking at you like, hey, you're a compulsive liar. You're narcissistic. That's a word they use a lot right now.
Yeah, and they use it in the wrong term.
Yeah, using the wrong term. You gaslighted me. You do all of these things, and at the end of the day, a lot of women, they ask questions. And I always say, just make sure you're asking the right questions, because, I have 2 kids. If you was to say, are you actively involved in your children's life? I say yes. But if you let me just leave it at that, you need to know how often I see my kids. How actively am I involved? Am I seeing them once a month? Am I seeing them every other month? Am I seeing them at all? You got to keep unveiling those questions. And on those first dates, second dates, you want to get to know who he is, so you can really see if he's going to be worth your while. And then vice versa for the guy. He's got to throw out the questions for her too. She don't get off the hook. You know what I'm saying? You want to know exactly who it is that you're dating. And I'm sorry, in 2024, you damn near need to see birth certificates. I need to see you was born.
You are a woman.
you got an F by that side when you came into the world, because it's like it's a lot of that stuff going on out here. And like I just said, you got a lot of scammers, and you want to make sure that everything's on the up and up. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But for those on the other side of the boat, I need to know that who you say you are, that's who you actually are. And we don't have time for surprises. It's too much going on in the world. I gave you too much time to just be open and be you when we were dating. And if you couldn't tell me that, I mean, I'm sorry, man. It's nothing we can even do, because you already showed me your hand, and I just told you I don't want to deal with drama. That's starting out with drama right there.
And I mean, if you're looking to get married on some real stuff, you should look to connect as a friend with them in that dating process first, instead of trying to be inside of them.
100%.
Once you cross that line, you ain't thinking straight. Neither one of you. That's because it's called what it is. It's wet like you like. You gone like NSYNC song. You pounded the way you like. She gone on whatever same one called for the female. And now you ain't thinking about, every time we go out, you never take me out during the daytime. It's only past 10 at night. And it's always way out in the suburb. How the hell you do that? But then he beat it up again. You don't think about it. And he might have a whole other family in the urban area. So he's trying to take you somewhere where he know the people don't like to go. But your man gone now, so you can't really pay attention to things because y'all doing stuff and y'all ain't really got that real connection. Like, okay, they really genuinely want the best for me. And that becomes a question that you don't realize that person really don't. They're in competition with you, which is weird because y'all supposed to be building a team. But your path is more farther along than where they are, and on the low, they look at hate like, dang, this dude, he already got it. You know what he want to be in life. I'm still figuring out this is the job I want. So, boo, and I know it's you're like, dang, the vibe changed, girl. And you trying to figure out what you did wrong, but you being you is making her inadequacies come out. And now she feel like it's a race. I gotta beat him to the top. He making 100,000. I gotta make 105. When it should be y'all money. And then if they got some friends that ain't been married, ain't had a healthy relationship, they don't know a damn thing. Man and female side. If they ain't never done it, how they gonna tell you? Now every now and then they might throw some Yoda game at you that's real, and you shock as them. But that's every now and then. It ain't gonna be every time. If you ain't done it, you really don't know. And it's a lot of work to put in to trying to maintain a healthy relationship, because you got to constantly communicate and be honest. You know, put everything on the table, the knives, the jack, everything. Like, oh, wow. And now I got to talk about how you came up. And that is the meat of who you are.
You know, you touching on something about, you know, how you was raised, you know, were you raised in a single parent household? Both your parents, you know, both your parents married,
toxic,
the whole nine, dysfunction. You got to talk about those things, because some people, some people don't even realize that they have anger management issues. You know, in a dating situation, I'm talking male or female, and you know, it's like, hey, have you ever talked to anybody? Like, what you mean? No, I get tired of you. You know, and you looking like I didn't do anything to you. The anger you have didn't come from me. That comes from a whole different situation. You know,
they're not talking to you.
Yeah. You know, and so sometimes you run into people in a crazy point in their life, to the point where they don't even know themselves, let alone trying to get to know you. And so when we talk about decoding the Decepticon versus the Autobot, I think the Autobot is self-explanatory. You know, you start getting to month 6, you know, month 8, you starting to meet his parents, if they're still alive, even if it's an adoption situation. You start to meet people who are significant in his life over that time frame. You're meeting best friends. You're starting to get invited to certain things, and things of that nature. And especially on holidays, you know, it's like everybody got they holiday, you know, things that they do, but that invitation means something when you go to meet his family, meet her family during that time frame, things of that nature. So you got to pay attention to all of the details, so that you don't get it. Because my thing is, I see some people get caught up in situations where they didn't find out about certain things until 18 months later, 2 years later. And every time I look at that, I always think there couldn't have been the right questions asked early on.
But they didn't want to look at it.
Yeah, you didn't decode that thing early on, because you chose to ignore some of the signs. Because let's be real, we all grown. The average person is not practicing abstinence. It's some people out there doing that, but the average person, they're not practicing abstinence. So you get into the situation and you open up that Pandora's box, and let's just say you like it, and that'll keep you longer than you should, just because now you blinded by certain things. And you might get the little acts of service. You might get the
5 love languages.
Yeah, you might get the gifts, whatever your love language is. But the reality of the matter, when you start really looking at y'all relationship, you could really say, you know what? I only stayed because he was doing this or she was doing this. That's what kept me for this. You was talking about the soul ties earlier. We got to be real. We got to be real. It's some people out here that's good only in the bedroom. There's some people out here only good at providing financially. There's some people out here that's only good, you know, at just basically being supportive. And so you got to look at all of the factors just to make sure you got your ducks in a row, so that you don't get caught up in these, you know, crazy situations. Because like I said, pay attention to the individual's actions, and you would know. It's kind of like if somebody tell you, cousin so-and-so, this is my cousin Jeff, and you know, you met him early on, cool. But where did cousin Jeff come from 12 months later, a year later, and we going to the movies? Like, whoa. Wait a minute. What, Jeff? I never even heard of no Jeff. What are you even talking about? Like, yeah, we going to the movies, and then after that, we're gonna go get something to eat. Like, okay, is he from out of town? No, he live here. Well, I never heard of the dude. I done met pretty much 80% of your cousins, but all of a sudden, it's so because now you putting doubt in the person's head. It's like, okay, now I got to sit back and be like, okay, is Jeff really a cousin, or is this somebody on the side?
Yeah, some people have that backup plan, waiting in the wing.
Hey, and we're gonna touch on that. You know, let's call a spade a spade. Especially when it's an early relationship, a lot of people keep those friends that's not really friends. Keep those friends around that's not really friends.
Mm-hmm.
My take on things is, especially those who are out there married, if you got friends that your wife don't know, that's the opposite sex, they're not really friends. They're backup plans. You know it. I know it. Everybody know it. Shoe on the other foot. If she got some friends hanging around that you don't know about, that's of the opposite sex, that person hanging around for a reason. She keeping them around for a reason. He's keeping them around for a reason. And so my thing is, when you do that, it's almost like you trying to brace for the fall. I call it. It's like, if I'm a fall, you always put your hands out so you can brace the fall. But when you going in there saying, hey, I love you, you love me, we both said I do, y'all both vulnerable in this situation. The backup plans is only going to add fuel to the fire. It's not going to help your situation.
Yeah.
In most cases, because you may never act on it as a woman or as a man, but just keeping that energy around won't be good for y'all situation. It won't be good because let's just say y'all get into a big argument over something, whatever that is. Who's going to be one of the people you're going to reach out to eventually? You may reach out to one of them so-called friends, and that so-called friend, he knows everything to do so you can lean on his shoulder instead of your husband's shoulder, your fiance's shoulder. And vice versa for the women. They know exactly what to do. So you ain't thinking about her. So you can cry on her shoulder. You know, come on over here. Come on over here. I'm gonna cook this for you. You know,
anybody ain't never seen a movie, Autobot, Decepticon is a cartoon comic. Autobot, Optimus Prime, you should have heard of that person. He's like that wise grandfather, always trying to keep you in the right direction.
Transformers.
Megatron is the leader of the Decepticon. He's always trying to scheme to get what he wants and slap you if he got to. So that's why we use the term Autobot Decepticon, good versus evil. Now, firstly, because my journey has me to be transparent, when I was long time ago dating, I had one rule: if you wasn't squad, you ain't my boy. So I would be that cat like, are you happy? If they pause, cracking the dough, I put that on the slow cooker. Because he's gonna mess up and she's gonna call. And what's good with you? I got a question. What's wrong? I'll tell you a scenario. Now, I was an honest person. Because they already knew I wanted to get at them, but I respect your situation. But they came to a situation like, well, it sound like old boy might be doing this and this. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully it'll work out for you. Because I learned from old school cats, never take their option way. They always had a choice to walk away, whatever. So I'm cool with you, but I want to be a home level friend cool with you. But you got a situation, I respect that. I'm gonna keep dabbling in the ocean, see what I can get. But hey, that hook rib over there. Whoa, hold on, we got a live one here. Oh, this mother brother that messed up. You know, if you had a good brother like me, I wouldn't do like that, man. You're beautiful, you're smart, you have a lot going on for you. You take care of your kids, or you got great mother qualities. I don't know why he don't see that about you. You could do better. Even if it ain't me, I want you happy. I want shit. I'm telling my friend now. I don't want to disclose none of me, but my journey says, unfortunately, be honest. And sometimes that's down. Sometimes we just stay cool. I give them game. Oh, big. Why you gotta say what they were talking about?
Oh no, he coming in late. We got to catch him up because he was talking about the Transformers, so he's trying to catch up on what we talking about.
People not being themselves on the first date. That's what's called Autobot.
I had looked up some facts on here. Let me find it.
And I said, "You honest hoe and are all your hoes." Okay. Okay, Harlem Nights.
Oh Lord.
Oh, you really clown tonight, huh? You got some jack in you. Just sneak up from behind. As what you saw, you be with. Now you biggie.
Hey, go with that biggie.
My big brother John. But that works too with some females or dudes. You got females, they got game too. They'll sit back and watch like, he a good dude, but this girl, the wife ain't treating them right. And they might work with you. And they're just like, man, let's go get some breakfast or lunch. Why are you not happy? And you start talking, she like, oh, there's a crack in the window. And she might have been dating slime buckets. And she ready for a change. And like, oh, she got Captain America. And she treated him like he a scrub. Snatches.
Hey.
And they've been married for the last 5 years happily because she going to do whatever she can to make sure not another one do what she did. Hey, bro. You don't need to put that teddy bear out there, brother.
Hey, man. All I can tell you is,
yeah. You just always want to come on my platform looking for goddamn credit. One people taught themselves my big brother John. You happy? You satisfied?
No. At the end of the day, you do have to have your since we're using the Autobots and different things, you got to use your radar alerts when you see, because everybody has red flags. When you see some red flags, acknowledge those red flags, discuss those red flags, because if you don't, it's gonna come out later in anger. It's gonna come out when you're in a rage. You might be ready to put hands on him or her, and that's never, a good thing. So talk about it before the explosion happens. Bring those things up, because if you really don't feel that person she's bringing up is a cousin, ask about the situation, and vice versa. If you really didn't think he was over there playing the 2K football game or playing, the Madden and things like that, just talk to him about that, because guys do have Madden tournaments and other kind of things, and you got to just know him. Yeah, you got to get to know him and his personality, his friends, so you know, like, hey, he legit was playing video games for 4 hours.
Better go play with him, because he could be at a strip club. He at home playing a video game online with the homies. Like, I used to tell some females, like, man, that Xbox is the devil. That PlayStation, like, so would you rather him take $200 and be trying to put it up some girl woo at the strip club in the champagne room? What? Or him playing a basketball, fight, or whatever game on the system? Now I think you'll like that better, because ain't no teller's gonna go in that champagne room.
There ain't no telling.
He's at the crib playing a video game with the family. Ain't spending no money nowhere. And you crying because it's a what? He's a child now? Because that's his way of relieving his stress. When it's another way to relieve that stress.
Hey, hold on. I got to read the let me find it. I got to read some of the things I found on here. This is for men and women. It says signs to know that they serious about you. They make time for you. They initiate contact and check in with you before making plans. They listen. They are an active listener. They show affection. They might show physical affection. They make future plans. They commit to plans, whether they're short term or long term. It says that they are supportive. They might be there for you for certain situations. And then it says they introduce you to their friends and family and their loved ones. And that's keys to know, this person is taking you serious based on those factors. I know that's not always the case because people can play. We just talked about it. They can play that representative role, but usually, if you ask the right questions, people can only put up a facade for only so long.
They're gonna get comfortable at some point.
Yeah, you could break it. Like I remember one time I was at a festival, and a dude had talked to a girl, and I was just right there because we was getting the food, and he said to her, he said, "Hey, I find you attractive. Can I call you sometime?" And she said, "Maybe." And I'm thinking to myself, wow, like, why would she say maybe? I'm thinking she just didn't find him attractive. But really what she was doing is she was decoding the situation. She was like, maybe. He said, well, maybe. What you talking about? She said, well, it depends on if you married or not. Just like that. And my man was like, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm married. I got 3 kids. And for him to just spill the beans like that, I said, man, she had to be a woman of God because my man just opened up. It was like he couldn't hide it. It was like diarrhea at the mouth. Like the dude, he couldn't even hide it. Once she said depends, and the dude he opened up right then and there, and I was in line like, wow, and I had never seen nothing like that happen. But
what happened?
Basically, she, once he said that, she just said, hey, so you're not getting my number. She said it just like that. She's like, hey, you're not getting my number. I appreciate your honesty. That's what she told him. Like, hey, I appreciate your honesty.
For some people, well, you go home to them. That's a you problem. You just fall through my spot though,
Well, hey, some people don't respect the whole thing, and I get it. It's the times that we in. That's just the way it is. And that's on the male side and the female side. Some people just not gonna respect your union, and they're not gonna respect the individual that you with.
Yeah, I mean, to me, looking at it now, it says you are one of the more stable ones out here that someone wants to marry you. So I want a piece of that. That's how I look at it.
And what's crazy is as we grow older, there's more and more single women out here, and they're telling us over and over again that they're slim pickings.
You want some time.
Yeah, it's
ball. You can have your roster.
It's yeah. Hey,
you should be honest if you're gonna be a slime ball. If you're gonna be you, be the best you. Give them an opportunity to walk away from. Don't like I ain't got no family. You got 3 families.
Hey,
don't be that guy. Be honest.
But what I'm seeing out here. What I'm seeing out here too is I'm seeing the women basically stepping out on the good dude, the one that's treating her right, that's doing everything, and then I'm seeing them not cheat, not step out on the one that's doing her wrong the whole time. And
that's what they like.
That
we talked about earlier.
So when
what they're looking for, that bull job.
When you see that, it's kind of like whoa. It's a constant battle.
Yeah, John, he been
flag football, 10-yard penalties.
It's him being that little soapbox of his. You got your credit already. Shut up.
Yeah, no, they no. At the end of the day, man, we all grown. You have to. Yeah, we touched on that. You have to just be real with one another. Know your red flags, whatever those red flags are, as a man, as a woman. When you see those red flags, discuss those red flags early on. And that way she knows what your red flags are. He knows what your red flags are. Now,
to be honest, and it ain't Christian, but if you're honest with the female, she might roll with it because it's her choice.
if you being real up front, like I said earlier, the ball is always in the woman's court. If you be honest, you know, instead of you trying to play, if you're trying to play the role, oh, I want to be in a relationship, this, and this, don't even do that. If you know you're just trying to get some, and you're trying to have fun, you need to just be like Drake. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
You say you should have a top 10. They're all vying for the championship. Well, everybody, before you do maybe meet the one, you probably do got a roster, man or female. And it becomes a situation when they got to start letting that stuff go. Now you're delusional, in my opinion, if you think you just met Sally, your name is Sam, and ain't like neither one of y'all was already having a situation going on that needs to be concluded so y'all can start a situation. That happens. Now, depending on the person, she might have 3 on the team, he might have 4 on the team. But if y'all going to try to build something new with each other, y'all can start letting all that stuff go. That's where it really get tricky because, like, I never had 5 before. I like this. I'm the captain of the football team finally. If you ain't being honest with them people, it's gonna come to a head. Like all them TV shows. You walk in a room and they all got a bat looking at you crazy. Like, if you lying, you're gonna get caught. It ain't gonna be pretty.
Hey, at the end of the day, man, it's just better to be upfront and just tell the person what you're looking for in the moment. If you know you're looking for, fun, having a good time, maybe you might go out for drink sometime, whatever, say that.
It's a terminology, John. Situation's still dating, but they just call it something different.
The situationships, yeah. Situationships is
I'm love friend.
That's the times change. The times change and they come up with new terminology, but it's still the same thing. We used to call it friend with benefits.
Yep.
And so at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Like, oh, that person's in a situationship. I know exactly what that means. You basically, y'all ain't boyfriend, girlfriend, but y'all, as we used to say, kicking it. Y'all doing your thing. So, you gotta pay attention to those things. And another thing, Jeff, I think that people gotta be honest with up front, because we are 35, and up type numbers for the most part. I think most people have to be honest. It's some people out here into some wild stuff in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So when we talk about freak level, I need to know what you own. Because I need to know if I'm up here or if I'm all the way down here. And I don't want to waste your time and energy.
Yeah, if you walk in the room and you see all type of fun toys stuff on her dresser, she likes to be pleased.
Yeah, hey, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in a situation where you a person that's they got that movie 50 Shades of Grey, and you might be 5 shades, and that person you literally might be 5, and that person is 75, and you like, whoa.
And that's where the church will tell you shouldn't be having sex before marriage, because you get that experience if the person that is everything God made for you, and y'all can't take that sexual journey together. Like, man, this old sucker duck girl or dude, I'm bored in there. But you a vet, because you've been out here last 10 years. Porn stars ain't got nothing on what you know how to do. So, yeah, get this. Oh, man. I love them because they check every box. Truly what God made for me, but if you didn't have all that experience, y'all would be experiencing that together compared to like, if I didn't love them.
What you just touched on, it boils down to preference. Once you start building your preferences and what you like, that's when it can get dangerous because you
She walk in the room with a Jerome ass and a whip and a say word. You in trouble.
Oh my goodness. Hey, but he telling the truth, man. Because hey, no, the thing is, once you open up that Pandora's box, man, that preference level begins, and you as the man, you as the woman, you got to be real with yourself and say, is this person too inexperienced for me or too experienced for me? Because usually it's one or the other. And you know what I'm saying, if you know deep down that you ain't trying to do half of the stuff that this dude just broke down to you or vice versa, that might not be the person for it. They might check all the boxes like Jeff just said, but now you getting into a cautionary flag, a yellow flag, because you like, am I willing to go there with this person?
Now, my problem back when I was dating, Wilder, females say, I'm a freak. I'm like, okay, I'm scrappy. Okay, let's have that language conversation. I say something basic as a popsicle. Oh my God, what is that like? Then this fool just say you a freak, so out of your line. You just like to have sex. That's all you really mean, right? Because you ain't about that life. What do you do with that? We don't need to talk about that.
Hey, Jeff, that's why I told you your conversation got to be what level of freak you are, because that's where we are in 2024. It's the levels. It's levels to this, because
now everybody on 10. They straight. I can act. Hey, where's my close up? Like, dang, you like that? Dang, you just aggressive. You don't even gotta walk in. You just okay. We're gonna do the swing. We're gonna do this. You ready? You got your gator ready? You stretch? Like, time out. Wait a minute. I'm just still trying to get to know you. I ain't even about to make a flick. What the hell?
Hey, I just told you. I told you 2024, man. You better be ready. Hey, they got stuff out here for the ladies to get back on the right side with the moistness and all of that. For the fellas, they got stuff out here for you to get back right if you wasn't already right. And so at the end of the day, you better know what you signing up for, because you're gonna be in for a ride.
And that's a big problem once y'all really start dating each other, and say if you finally got there with the person, I ain't like, well, you finally got, I guess you don't want me. Like, no, I actually like you. Oh, like it wasn't just like, well, I'm used to guys once they get it, they gone. Like, every guy ain't the same, and some females even today still had that. We all operate. We ain't all got the same playbook. Every guy's different. Now, granted, you do got some that okay, I got it a few times. I'm done with her. Move on, and that ain't cool. But if he told you up front he that dude, and you thought, well, if I keep putting it on, I can make him want. No, ain't nothing down there you got gonna make that dude become a good dude. Only when he had that talk with God, he gonna become one. Just like that woman, ain't nothing you can do to make them become a good person. They got to make that decision on their own. Like, okay, it's time for me to step my game up and be on this. And you might have been the one they was on some purity bullshit where you want to go stab them. Like, they put me through hell. Oh, now you want to be the Prince Charming for this one? The princess for this? What? I'm sorry for you. And that's some jacked up stuff you went through, but you can't call it when they feel they time to step up and be who they should be with that other person, but not you. And that's sucks.
You just hit on something, and we also got to help people out too when it comes to men in particular, and women, I guess. Once a person starts to become inconsistent, that's a red flag. Once you start to see them coming up with excuses for almost everything, you used to be able to take them to a concert. You used to be able to take her, to I don't know, whatever was romantic for her, whatever that is. But now it's like it's a lot of excuses or, hey, I gotta work overtime. So when you start seeing the inconsistencies, the constant I'm busy type of thing, that's your signs right there. A lot of times, especially if the person never really want to sit down and talk to you about what's really going on, you gotta start backing away, so you can protect your heart, protect your feelings, and make sure you keep your sanity. That's the key thing. You don't want to lose your head over getting some head. That's just the bottom line.
And John, he must be drinking something. A lot of women never seen an example stay home relationship was true. So the small things like holding up a door, pulling the chair out. These people are confused. Why you call her harassment? This dude.
No, hold on. No, I see exactly what he's talking about. And sometimes we gotta be real. Men and women, y'all could date outside of your league. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you could date a dude that's way more intelligent than what you used to, way more charisma than what you used to, way more money than what you used to, a whole bunch of things. And so it's bringing out a side of you that you never seen in the bad way, like jealousies. You starting to, get, furious at certain things that you used to not get furious at and things like that. So what I would say to that is, as long as that person's A has always lined up, when he told you he was going to work and he was actually working, even if he got his own business, you got to, basically let a person breathe. And you can't crowd a person's space.
No.
Especially for fellas. I done seen some fellas date some beautiful women and they try to keep her controlled. She's going to go out with her girls, her sisters, her cousins, co-workers. And you got to be comfortable with her being out and about.
Yep.
Just like you approached her in the very beginning when y'all met, it's going to be some dudes that's going to approach her when she's out with her girls or her sisters or whatever. And I'll be real. A lot of the girls I talk to, well, I say women, a lot of the women I talk to that's friends, they'll tell you, I get hit on the most when I'm wearing some sweats, some jogging pants. You know what I'm saying? The hoodie,
that's interesting.
They'll tell you they get hit on the most with that on. And so my thing is that person didn't even see them when they was wearing their best, if you will. They wasn't even in the nice dress or, with the nice skirt and the blouse type situation. So in those cases, you have to be real with yourself and realize, hey, if I never dated a baddie, as they call themselves, you got to know how to get it together, because you're going to end up pushing her away with your jealousy in the way that you're coming at her. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta check yourself, fellas. If you're gonna get you a baddie, be prepared for a baddie, because she's gonna be approached, and she's gonna be approached multiple times, and you got to be prepared for that.
You gotta remember you that dude, because she with you.
She with you. She chose you as a person to say, hey, we're in a relationship. So you got to give her space, and you got to have a level of trust to where you're not pushing her away, because you can't push her away.
John saying, you're in school, have a job, and are dating her, you are preparing for your future. You might be busy trying to get your act together so you can be in a great position later in life. I experienced this when I was younger in school, so you must got some water and calm down for whatever yak you over there drinking. That's wisdom talk right there.
No, and basically what John is talking about, ladies and fellas, is when you dating somebody, it boils down to you marrying that person based off of them being the person that they are. The promise, meaning who you see them going to be. He in school for the XYZ, So you marrying the promise today, like I know where he's going or whatever. And then some people, they just marrying people out here for financial reasons.
Yep. Not
And let's just be real about it. Some people married, it had nothing to do with it, any real love. It was just financial security. So I want to make sure that I don't never have to worry about bills again, car notes again, a house again, all of those things.
Oh, that soft era crap that some females talk about now.
Yes.
And I say it's crap because you're just being feminine. That's what the hell you're supposed to be. It ain't got to be a ploy to get you a good dude. You're supposed to be feminine. I get whatever situation you got in, you feel you need to be a man or female, which made you masculine, but you are a female. You're supposed to be feminine. And as long as you're showing femininity to a real dude, real man, not no thug, all that crap, you're going to be good. Because he ain't trying to sleep with a dude. He's trying to sleep with a feminine woman. So you want to call it a soft era, whatever else you're going to name it. When you fall into your natural role, you'll probably start meeting the better people. Same that dude start being a real dude. Get off your mama couch, start making something of yourself. You're going to find more quality women that want to rock with you.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, bro, the truth. Yeah, there's forms of truth. Yoda truth and that hood truth you were talking earlier.
Yeah, no, you gotta
because she married for money. Yeah.
Money. Yep. What he talking about is right. Once you know, it may not start out that way, but after you get past year 5, year 10, the things that you're yearning for is gonna start calling you. And most of the time, somebody that's usually making that kind of bread, they're not at home a lot. They out getting the bread. Mm-hmm. And so when you out there getting the bread, getting the bag as they call it, you could be very lonely. And we all know loneliness sometimes can put you in a real vulnerable space.
True.
And you know, let's be honest, we got all these social medias out here now. All it takes is you to go right on there, click of the thing, and it goes down in the DM. That's why I love that video. That video wasn't lying. That video was showing you everything that goes on. Because all it takes is, hey, good looking, how you been? Whatever the person's lingo is in that DM. And sometimes it just takes that. You don't know what space she's in that moment. And next thing you know, you're doing a lunch date. And then it goes from there. You know, so you know, like I said, you know, basically the deciphering those Decepticons versus who's a keeper, the Autobots, you know, you have to use your level of discernment. You have to pay attention to consistency, pay attention to, you know.
Y'all gonna go through something.
Yeah, because you're gonna go through some things. Disney
ain't real. You're not gonna find your Prince Charming, and y'all never deal with Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos being adversity. Adversity is going to come. Now, if y'all rooted in the word together, y'all can kick adversity in the face and keep it going. But if neither one of y'all experience or the car breaking down, the money getting funded, we got these bills, you can't go run, man. This dude I married, he a bum. Yeah, girl, you shouldn't marry him. You should go. No, y'all stay together as a unit and figure that shit out. Because you're going to get tested.
Hey, what you saying is real. And the car thing was a good point because once y'all get a house together, even if you get an apartment together, something's going to come up. And it could be something with the car. It may be one of you all losing your job, laid off. That's a real situation.
And I have seen videos, you probably have too, where female talking about want to divorce my husband, he lost his job.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all stink asses wasted time paying all that wasted money on a wedding because you ain't hear none of the vows that the people was telling you. Sickness and health, rich, poor, good, bad. They telling you gonna have them times. Why the first thing you looking at the door? What the hell type of teammate is you?
Yeah.
Then you have to get on social media. If they see you, they know who you talking about. You ain't gotta say Ricky name, for example. They know it's Ricky because your thinking ass on social media. Man, I married this old bum ass too. Can't do what? And you his wife? Hey man, hey, so and so on Facebook. Hey, everybody phone like the Batcave, like dog. You going hard on Ricky right now, talking about their problems. Like, get your ass off, can't get in your word.
But you know that's the problem right now with so many people. They getting, me personally, I've never been so mad that I'm posting on social media. That's just me. If I'm mad, the last thing I'm doing is posting on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can't take that back. It's forever.
It's forever. My thing is, when you get into it with your spouse, keep it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I should know about y'all business. The other people over here should know about your business. Total strangers shouldn't know about your business. Y'all keep that in house. If it requires you guys to go to counseling, and y'all both committed to doing counseling, go do counseling. But we on the other side of the screen shouldn't know your situation. We should have never known, and that's how you know that the generations that's out here now, man, it's a bunch of lost individuals out here because they care about likes and dislikes more than doing what's right. And so that's just the truth of the matter.
Yeah. And you see these videos like, I know, oh my God, this person really posted this video. They got 2,000 comments or likes, dislikes. Like, people gonna see this and they know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now this person, like, you know what? Well, I go rustle up the money. You had divorce papers tomorrow. Well, what you doing? Wait, no, ain't no way. You got your nerve to just basically, I'm Scrappy Doo to the whole world. Because I guess we just gonna have filet mignon and lobster forever. There's never gonna be a day, until you eat some bread and water. Okay, we do bread and water for a week and we come back up. I ain't eating no bread and water with you. You better go rob a store. Like, what? What's this fool talking about? Rob a store? You better keep giving me the final thing. So them vows didn't mean one word to you. When bad times come, y'all still working as a team. Because you're going to help other people that's watching y'all. Because people are watching. Like, okay, you see, they were up, now they down. But they ain't turning on each other. They lean into the word. They grinding, they doing whatever. Oh, dang, they back up higher. Okay. So that's what it is. Real teamwork.
Yeah. That's what guys is looking for, when they marry, is a teammate. You're looking for somebody that's going to help you prepare from where you are now, if you in school, whatever, and y'all take that thing to the next level. Men not looking for opponents. They're not looking for somebody who's going to be, as the young folks say, the ops. We're not looking for you to be the opposition. We're not looking for you to be our opponent. We trying to get you to be on the same team so we can move in this thing together. And so you would hope that that's the same thing that the woman wants as well, along with the protection and the provide and then all of that, that y'all can cohabitate together. And instead of being independent, you got to be interdependent. That two people working together towards the goals that you guys set. That's what you really want. You could have been independent prior to the guy showing up, but once he shows up, change that independent mindset and put it into interdependent. And we grew up in the Midwest, and we know it's a lot of girls who grew up as tomboys. We get it. So there's going to be some women who have what they call masculine energy. Well, what we need you to do is to dial it down once you start realizing that, hey, this is the one. Once he puts that ring on your finger, you got to take away that masculinity and start bringing it all the way down and that independency and turn into interdependent and be that feminine woman that maybe your homeboys never got a chance to see when you was coming up. So now, you are that Proverbs 31 woman and those type of different things, because
I don't even read that. Know who they are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's and the one thing about men marry hoping you don't change your characteristics, everything about you, because that's what's going to make you the wife. And if y'all getting down in the bedroom, everything you doing, the girlfriend, basically you become the wife. If you guys don't have children, you become the mom. But you got to keep that girlfriend, and all three of them work together. The moment you let one of them go, in his eyes, you changed. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of those things that, just like women, y'all want y'all protection, y'all want the financial security, you want the loyalty. You can get all of those things and it'd be good. But on his side, if you change one of those three things, it could be detrimental, because that's what he fell in love with. That's what made him get the ring. That's what made him call his boy and say, "Hey man, I'm looking at these rings," and everything. So just keep that in mind, ladies, that
there's a lot of videos out here of some of these females that didn't go into it for the right reason. I'm gonna divorce this bum, blah blah blah, and they had a decent dude, and on social media balling, like, "Oh my God, it's so hard to do this by myself." What the hell did you thought, you idiot? You had two incomes.
Yep.
Unless you got a job making them incomes in one, okay, you still be doing you and talking your talk, but you ain't thinking all the way through. And you had someone else gonna work with you. Now you might be trying to call, "Hey, how you? Nah, hell no, you gone, dog. You can do it without me. Go on. Keep working on it. Cause it's gonna be hard. Like, if he really been trying to be a decent dude, or she been trying to be a decent wife, and you just, man, I can do better than you. Get out of here, Scrappy. And it ain't hitting like you thought it was gonna hit when you get out here.
Hey, and what you hitting on is I think that's part of the problem today. Everybody think it's so easy to replace the other individual.
Oh, it's not.
So it's so easy to replace me as the man, but then you get out there and you realize it's not as easy as you thought.
Nope. Most dudes today want to bust a nut. They don't want to be a provider in the household with kids.
Yeah.
That's too much work.
So you go out there thinking, as they call it, the grass green on the other side, and you find out that's not always the case. And if it is the case, as they say now, the water bill is higher.
Yeah.
You got other issues you running into. So it's one of those things where none of the situations you're going to be in is perfect, but you can find the perfect person for you, meaning that person was the one that you love. They did the things that you said that you wanted and needed in a woman or a man, and y'all two came together, and now y'all, basically this power couple, and setting your goals as a couple so that you can go ahead and reach those objectives. And at the end of the day, you good. But right now, not everybody's gonna be on the dating apps and the different things like that. Matter of fact, it's a lot of women that would rather men approach them like we did in the 90s.
And that's down right now. Cats
in the early 2000s.
Ain't trying to run up on them like that.
See, social media is making it so much easier now, because all it takes is you to slide in somebody's DM, and let's be honest, Instagram,
or Facebook.
You ain't got to have a person's number. You could call on Instagram. They can see that it say missed call. So you don't even have to have somebody's number. You technically have a way to reach out to that person if you wanted to. So until that person block you, long as you don't say nothing disrespectful, most of them gonna keep you on their page.
Yeah, and both parties want the same thing. Men and women both want to come on with someone that they can be comfortable and safe being themselves around and not being judged. They both want the same thing, no matter how much bravado either side try to put on it. You don't want to have to be that fake representative 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. You want to come home and be comfortable being you, and this person accepts you. Now, both have to understand, in being you and accepted, you both are still a man and a female. God made us visual. Don't be too comfortable walking around that house with your husband or your man. Come on now. Your big mama tell you that. You got a man in the house. He got a thing. You don't want that thing going nowhere else, do you? So stop, get the rollers and all out your head. At least 4 times out the week, he need to see a baddie walk around there like, come here, girl, with your fine self. Not know what the hell is this? Or vice versa. Like, what the hell is this how you do every day? That's not what we were doing. We were dating. Like, I don't know if I can do this. Because there's always somebody sitting on the sideline like, I'm here for you, Huckleberry. Oh, he ain't right, she ain't right. Now let's go get some crown and talk about it. And now you're on that crooked curve. And that sin will take you somewhere you didn't want to go, really.
What you hit on is good, because that's what I want to, I guess you can say your lasting points or something, is what you did to get him or her, you got to do throughout. Mm-hmm. So just like we started out dating, I got to date you throughout our marriage. I got to court you throughout our marriage. I got to do the things that we now know as love languages. I got to love you on your love language world. If your love language is quality time, I got to make sure I spend quality time. If your love language is physical touch, I got to be making sure I do things that's mattering to you, whether that's holding hands in public, massages, whatever that is to you that matters for physical touch. I got to do those things. The acts of service, the gifts, the words of affirmations. Mm-hmm. We have to love each other on that level, because that's how people make it into 20 years and they happy, 25 years they happy, 30 years they happy. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be one of the people who 20 years and you just there for the kids. How do those situations happen? Over time, people change, and they didn't have those discussions. And like what Jeff was just talking about, she walking around there, don't care, got the sweats on. He ain't seen her in the lingerie since year 5 or 6 or whatever that case may be. So it's just one of those things where once things start to change, it can start ruffling the feathers. Yeah. And as Jeff said, we're visual creatures, so you always want to keep the man's eyes on you. I always say, whether we married or not, always invest in yourself. Always look good for you, whether I'm here or not. And vice versa for the man. Take care of yourself. Get your hair cut.
Autopilot. That's when it's bad.
Go to the doctors. Make sure you're good. Nobody's getting any younger. We all getting older. Mm-hmm. And in order for you to stay here, you got to make sure you live in a quality and healthy life. So take care of yourself. And when you out here dating, date with a purpose, if that's what you want. But if you out here just having fun, be real with the young ladies, and the young ladies be real with the men. If that, they call it hot girl summer. If that's what you want, be real with them. Mm-hmm. So he ain't thinking you his girl. If you might say, you say I'm for the streets. Hey, at least he know you for the streets up front. Mm-hmm. Be real. We too grown at this point to play those type of games with people. Like I'm not trying to play with your heart. I'm not trying to have you out here like that. We might as well just go ahead and both put it all out on the table. That's just where I'm at. In life, we need to be real in this time and day. because it's just too much out here, man. It's too much out here for us to be playing those kind of games.
Yeah, people dying every day. And you don't want to have no regrets like, man, I should have said, no, they gone now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you was a dirtbag towards the person you was with, if they pass on, you can't take it back and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be that person with that over your head, like, dang, I should have did this. So if you do meet the one that you've been asking the Lord for, get off your bullshit and step up, or let them go. So you wasting their time. And God might leave you in the wilderness for a minute because you probably been blowing up that dude's phone 24/7. He like, man, this Negro called me one more time, asked for his wife. I gave him to you, fool. You treat it like crap. You ain't getting one. Leave me alone. You gonna sit out there for 2 years because Jesus, I gave this fool what he wanted, and he treated it like crap. Now he up here. Can I get another round? Ain't no damn round two. No, I don't work like that. Get in the wilderness for a minute. Get your mind right. Grow up. Because I don't think God gonna give you another good one if you on some bull jive. My personal opinion. You probably been begging, man. I wish I get this woman, this man, and everybody like that's them. No, man, I'm scared. I don't know what. That's them. Your prayer's been answered. Step up. Okay. Well, they happy over there with so and so now because you step up. Don't let that fear hold you back.
Don't let that fear hold you back.
Mm-hmm. I think I've been on a soapbox for enough for them to get something good out of this.
Yeah. Hey, I just hope your people gain something from this, of learning how to know who's a keeper versus when to dismiss them, basically. The Decepticons versus the Autobots. The Autobots being the keeper and the Decepticon is the one that's trying to deceive you pretty much. So you got to dismiss them early on. Whether you
be a icebreaker. Are you Autobot Decepticon? You just had they gonna laugh like that. You got Transformer. You just asked me, who are you? Megatron, Optimus? Which one you?
Sometimes you got to have that sense of humor. You got to have that sense of humor because most men appreciate
get the real out of them.
Get the real out of them.
I'm borderline. I want to do borderline. I don't do lukewarm.
We didn't know what side of the fence you on.
No, you want them transforms that depending on the situation. I'm good. Oh, nah. Yeah, I'm bad. Nah, dog.
Right.
And hopefully, and ask yourself, be honest with yourself. What are you looking for?
Yep.
And are you ready to be that man or woman for that situation?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to require the best version of you. Not the dude with the 5 on the side or the 4 dudes on the side that they all pay this and I might give them. You almost going to get you some, but I'm messing around with Pookie right here who ain't got nothing. At some point, the music stopped and all the chairs are filled. And you looking like the fool.
Mm-hmm.
So be purposeful. If you come across somebody that's really rocking with you, deal with your shit and give it a real chance. That might be the one that was made for you. Because somebody gonna play snatches. I've seen it happen at work. Like, I've been a slut with all these clowns. I'm ready to be a good one. Like, man, she just screwed everybody at the job. But she told you the truth. And she like, he Autobot. I'm gonna get that one. I don't care what he got going on. I see. I like you. I want you. That's mine. And they've been happy the last 10 years. And she changed her whole life. I remember she changed her game. She became Proverbs 31 for real. Like, who knew? It happens. Even that dude, like this dude was just a slut bucket with Eric. But he saw her. Man, that dude a deacon in the church now. Like him?
Yeah.
They get on their grown man, grown woman business.
Like you said, you know what I'm saying, on both sides, they'll change for that right one.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be that one.
Yeah. We definitely hope y'all enjoyed this, learn something from it, share it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
We appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Till next time.